Hello, welcome to the ISIT328. This is the first week of this course. So throughout this course, I'm going to be teaching you a lot of techniques, a lot of ways that hackers use to hack into computers, into companies, into networks, into everything. The knowledge that you're going to get from this class is probably not enough to make you one of those dangerous hackers from the movies. However, you're going to be learning a lot of techniques and a lot of software that are actually used for real hacking. So with that power, you can probably end up in jail. So before we start doing any learning or anything, I want you to ask yourself, how good is your lawyer? And if you don't have a lawyer, then how much does it cost to get a good lawyer? And after that, how much do you trust your lawyer to keep you out of jail? The whole message right here that I want you to understand before you even start this course is that don't do anything stupid, because some of the things I'm going to be teaching you here can land you in jail. So we're going to learn a lot of things. And again, don't do anything stupid. Just don't. So for the rules of engagement for InfoSec professional, we always follow the law, we follow ethics, and we keep the information confidential. Every time we find something wrong with the system, we fix it. And then by the end of the day, you go home. Hackers, on the other hand, they do anything they can, anything they want. They do whatever it takes to actually break into a network. However, by the end of the day, they may end up in jail. So again, don't do anything stupid here. When you engage a customer and you are doing hacking on their network because they hired you, so you must know the rules of engagement of your customer, of your clients. And usually there will be a contract between you and a customer, and on this contract there will be things like when can you start and when can you end, the IP range, computer systems, and everything else, and then how you're going to handle the data that you find. So there is zero tolerance when it comes to understand exactly what your customer wants, and when it comes to giving what your customer actually asked you to give. I would never engage a customer without a actually written contract signed by the customer and you, because later, if something happens, then you can always come back to your contract and say, hey, look, I was hired to do this hacking. So again, don't do anything stupid. Keep yourself out of jail. Go back home every day. So for this course, we're going to be using Kali, Visual Studio 2019, and also Microsoft SQL Express. We're going to be using the Visual Studio and also MySQL on the end of this course, so probably week 9 or 10. And Kali, we're going to be using on week 3 for this course. But for now, just go ahead and install Kali and also Visual Studio and also SQL, Microsoft SQL. The instructions for Kali is going to be on the ends of this PowerPoint presentation, and you can download this PowerPoint presentation from the Canvas. So what's Kali? So Kali is a Linux operating system, and this Linux operating system was designed for hacking pretty much. So whenever you download this and install Kali, it comes with everything that you need for hacking, for penetration tests. The professionals from big corporations, from big security companies, they all use Kali. And at the same time, all the hackers in this world doing malicious things, they also use Kali. And also Kali is free, and it's free as in free. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So for this course, you are welcome to install that on your native computer or you install on virtual machine. I recommend you to install on virtual machine because whatever things you do, you can always erase and start over. However, I do recognize that running a virtual machine is possible only if you have a decent computer, a good computer. If your computer is really, really, really old, then installing a VM might not be a viable thing. Unless your computer is really, really top of the line whenever you bought. The computer that I'm using right now is about 8 years old, but when I bought it, it was a top of the line, and I can still run my VM here with no problem. Alright, so let's go over the installation for Kali. I am not going to do this right now because it takes a long time to do it. However, I'm going to give the instructions right here, and I'm going to walk through how to install this thing. So again, you can install on a virtual machine, or you can install native in your computer. It's up to you. I'm going to recommend you to do a virtual machine. That's what I do. And then after that, you have two options. One, you can install from zero on your VM, or you can just download the appliance. The appliance is, everything is ready for you, good to go. It's a lot easier, and I recommend you to do the appliance instead. So first, you need to install the VirtualBox. So you can do VirtualBox or you can do VMware. It's up to you. I use VirtualBox, but there's nothing wrong with VMware or any virtualization that you might want to use. I like VirtualBox. So go to this website here, and then you can choose to install on Windows or your Mac or Linux or whatever it is. So choose the package that you want, download and install, and just take all the default settings for the installation. After you finish installing, you need to get the Kali appliance. So go to this website here, and then once you go to the Kali website, they're gonna have the image for VMware and the image for VirtualBox. So here's the website where you download. So if you scroll down, they have the image for VMware. So I'm gonna click on the plus sign for the Kali VirtualBox image. And then depending if you have a 64 bits or a 32 bit computer, download whichever you want. So download one. If that doesn't work, download the other one. Sometimes depending on the way you installed your VirtualBox, one might work, the other one may not work. So download one, the 32 bits, and if that doesn't work, download the 64 or vice versa. Now this file here is quite large, it's at 3.6 gigabytes, the other one is 3 gigabytes. So depending on how fast your internet connection is, it may take about 10 minutes to download this, 5-10 minutes. And once you download this file, you start your VirtualBox. And then on your VirtualBox, go to File and Import Appliance. Then once you're in Import Appliance, browse to the OVA file that you downloaded. One of the things that I always do is to disable the USB controller. I don't know why, but every time I have the USB controller enabled, it gives me problems when I start the virtual machine later. Then click on Import, and then finally you're going to have your Kali machine. Then once you have everything imported, just click on this green arrow right here in the top, which is the starts for your Kali. The username is Kali and the password is also Kali. So once you log in, this is your Kali machine running on a VM. And if you go right here on the top left, click here. And then here you have all the tools that you may need for any hacking whatsoever. So for this week, there's no assignment, there's no deliverable. The deliverable is for you to at least install Kali, and then once you do that, come here and then take a look on some of these tools. You have a lot of things here, including web browser and everything else. All these tools here are crazy useful. Now, we're not gonna cover every single tool here because that will be a 4 or 5 years course on its own. So we're going to cover some of these programs right here. But yes, feel free to just go over and take a look on everything here. One interesting thing here is that all the numbers here are in order in which you would use to do some kind of attacking. So for example, first you'd be doing some information gathering. So we're going to be doing OSINT analysis. Then after that, and also we're going to be doing Nmap. Then you do a vulnerability. I can never pronounce this word. Vulnerability analysis. Again, we're going to be using Nmap. Then you can go all the way to actually doing exploitation on your target, and we're going to be using Metasploit for that. So anyway, for now, just go over here. There's a web browser and do some looking around here. See what it has. So you should have a exploit DB here. It's a website that shows you a lot of exploits that you can do. Alright, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.